Well, hello, everybody. Hello again to all my friends. Here's what we skate today. Yes, guys, I was a Barney kid. I love you. You love me. Oh my God, I love Barney. But that's not what we're here about. We are here because and more skating is taking place this week. What exactly is taking place? We have the 2024 Trophy Métropole. Nice is taking place this week. And then we also have the 2024 Skate America. So much skating, so little time. So let's get to it. Starting with the trophy, I'm going to start with the men and I'm going to break this down into two ways. Actually, I'm breaking all of them into two ways. My picks, which is what I would like to see happen based on my aesthetic preference, and the judge's decision, which is what I think is likely to happen based on how the skaters have been competing this season, their technical levels, not so much their artistic level, and so forth. Starting with my pick for the men at Trophy Metropole, I think Adam Sion him far. There have been a lot of rumors that Adam was injured during the off season, so I don't know if that was true and if he was injured, how big of an injury it was. But I don't know how big of an injury he could have because I just saw him on the Instagram trying to break his neck on a ooh. Yes, he was trying to add some additional artistic steps to the backflip. He wants to take the backflip to another level. One that looks neck breaking. But since he has enough energy to be doing all of that, hopefully he did not have any major injury. If he didn't have a major injury, I see him easily coming in here and winning this event. In second place, I'm going to put Lucas Bucci. He just had a competition last week. He's coming on this week. I think he's slowly building. I can definitely see him getting another bronze medal here, so I'm putting him in second place. In third place, I'm putting Alexander Selevko. Had such a fabulous start of the season last year. Wonderful start. Couldn't quite keep it going through Europeans and Worlds, but the potential is definitely there. There's definitely the momentum for him to keep growing, so I'm putting him in third place. In fourth place, I'm putting Nikolai Momola. Again, he's been competing a lot this season. He knows what he's up against in terms of Italian national. He's definitely tried to build that rapport with the judges. We should probably see a better outing from him here than we saw in Shanghai. So I'm putting him in fourth place. I know this is not going to happen, but let me have this moment. Ivan Shamarakov, I'm putting here in fifth place. This is not a skater that has all the technical powers. He's not gonna give you quads. You're gonna get some triples and a double axel, maybe a triple axel. But what he will give you is a beautiful story. What he will give you is some complex emotions. What he will do is draw you into his story. This is a skater that has something to say, and he says it with every fiber of his being, and I love that about his skating. Then next we can see Seong Lee. He's gonna do all his jumps with both of his hands over his head, which I'm not a big fan of, but if he manages to land enough of them cleanly, definitely can do something here. Um, and then I'm going to put Arlette Lavandi. You guys know how I feel about Arlette. I absolutely adore him as a skater. Again, another skater that's not going to give you the quads. He might give you a clean triple axel, but he's going to give you commitment. Commitment to the craft, commitment to the art, commitment to the art. Another skater that has got a unique perspective on why he skate. Love to see it. Then maybe Liam Kaperkis. This is a skater who could be fourth or could be last, depending on how clean he is. Then I'm going to follow that up with Mikhail Selevsko. The brothers are both competing here. I know they desperately want to have two spots so that they can both go to the Olympics. They can both go to Worlds together. So, this will definitely be a building stepping block. He can be as high as like fourth, but I haven't seen him all season, so I don't know where he's at. So I'll put them there. And then rounding it out, I'm going to put Jung Hong Cha. This is my pick and how I think it should go. The judge's decision will probably still be Adam Sion Hemfa if he's relatively clean here. It'll still be Lucas Brucci. It'll still be Alexander Selevko. It'll still be Nikolai Momola. I think Mikhail Selevko will probably do enough, to get in right behind Nikolai Momola. So I can see, Mikhail Selevko being as high as fifth. Then it'll probably be Seong Lee, followed by Yoon Hong Cha, just because they have more of the jumps. And then probably Liam Kerpekis, again, the quad, the triple axel. And then my two favorite, Ivan and Arlette, will probably be more towards the lower part since they don't have the jump to compete with the others. Then we get to the dance. I think this should be a fairly simple win for Allison Reed and Salus Ambrolasvisi. Let me not say that. Well, I don't know what kind of program they'll have because IAM has not been killing it on all the programs. But I feel like if they have two decent programs, this will be a fairly easy win for them. So my picks are gonna definitely be Allison Reed and Salus Ambolasvili. In second place, I'm putting Yuka Orihara and Huno Pereira. You guys know I adore this pair. They just competed last week. I don't know how exhausted they are. What's the traveling from? They were in Turkey and they're going to France. Is that where Trophy Metropole is? Is it? Okay. Hopefully it's not a huge travel and they've had enough time to rest and recuperate. I'm putting them in second place. We finally get to see Caroline Green and Mako Parson. It again depends on their program. I'm gonna put them in third place here. I'm gonna put Caroline Green and Michael Parson in third place here just to be safe. For me, in fourth place, I'm putting Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez because I think they have two really, really good programs. They haven't delivered them cleanly all season, but when they do, I wish the judges would award them accordingly. Then in fifth place, I'm gonna put Ava Pate and Logan Bai, followed by Caroline Seuss and Shane Ferris, and then Nadine Bashnuska and Peter Beaumont. This is what I would like to see. These are my picks. I think what the judges are gonna do is they're gonna put Allison Reed and Salus in first place. I think in second place they're gonna put Ava Pate and Logan Bai. There is a really big push behind this pair. The judges seems to really like them. They're not really my cup of tea. They have yet to have a program that I really like. It's either their program is completely forgotten by me or they had like that Lord of the Dance program that I didn't like at all. I don't know what their programs are this season. Have I seen them so far this season? If I have, I can't remember. They're not really my cup of tea as a pair, but the judges really like them. US figure skating really liked them, so I could see them getting pushed here all the way up to the second place. Which would mean my Yuka and Juno would be pushed down to the third place. Then, depending on the program, Caroline Green and Michael Parson may get a push to second or even third place if they don't have programs. The judges have proven that they're willing to bury them, so they can end up in fourth place. Then it would remain pretty much the same with Phoebe and James, followed by Caroline and Shane. Um, I had said this about Nadine and Peter. I dislike both of their programs. I especially dislike the free program. I had begged them to change the program. I hope they change the program because those two programs were not it. And then finally to the women, my pick here is Cheon Kim to win this. She's been competing a lot. She was just competing last week in South Korea at their internal competition. Then now she's taking this flight to go compete here. I feel like the South Korean Skating Federation like to exhaust their skaters for no good reason. I pray that Cheon, starts to pace herself. But if she competes the way she's competed so far this season, this should be an easy win for her. In second place, I'm putting Nina Petrokina. She's such a little fighter. I know she's probably really, really wanting to be first. She really wants to close that gap between her and Luna Hendricks, and I think this will be a step in that direction. These are my pick. So in third place, I'm putting Josephine Taljagad. I love Josephine. She had one of my favorite short programs last season. Wasn't so crazy about the Elvis, but I just think in terms of presentation, in terms of musicality, in terms of face, she is one of the best competing, and the judges completely continue to disregard all of her brilliance, and they suck. And I'm still upset that they didn't give her one Grand Prix this season. That was just a travesty. Oh, I don't know what kind of program she has this season, but whatever they are, I know Josephine is going to bring it. I love her dearly. Then it probably will be Alexander Fagan, then maybe Jana Jekinen, who just competed last season too. Then maybe Mariana Pereda, and then maybe Fien Laundry. Surprisingly, my decision and the judge's decision match perfectly based on what we've seen from these skaters so far. And then we move on over to Skate America. Oh, the competition is getting deep right off the top. Starting off with pairs. My pick, what I want to see. Hopefully, after their first competition, Riko Mura and Ryuichi Kihara, they've had ample time to heal, to get back to 100%, and they're going to come here and they're going to kill it. In second place, I'm putting Ellie Khan and Danny O'Shea. I understand there's a possibility that they're not going to land any of those throws in any of those side by side, but you guys know how much I love their lifts, how much I love their connection, how much I love their in between skating. And I feel like if I put it out in the universe, maybe those side by side and those throws will manifest themselves. So I'm putting them here in second place. In third place, I'm putting Elisa Efranova and Misha Metrofanova. If she can land half of the side by side jumps, they're good. She just needs to land half, like 50%, not even the whole thing, because everything else is good. Just those side by side jumps. Like fake that double, okay? If you have to, Alyssa, fake it. So I'm putting them in third place. In fourth place, I'm putting Maria Palova and Alexei Shrentikov. Technically speaking, this team is so proficient. The other part of it, the PCS score, not so much. And I know this isn't going to happen, but in fifth place, I'm putting Anastasia Meltonkina and Luka Beralova. You guys know how I feel about this team. This is not a team that I'm personally ever going to root for, but they are technically very proficient. And then lastly, I would put Anastasia Vapin-Law and Luke Digby. That's my pick. What the judges are gonna do is gonna be Riku and Ryuichi in first place, Anastasia and Luca in second place. Actually, I think Anastasia Meltakina and Luca Beralova will probably win this event. The reason being is, technically speaking, they are one of the strongest pairs out right now. Their twist is fabulous. Their throws is fabulous. Their lifts is really good. Their side by sides are really good. They have no connection with each other. This is a business partnership. They are getting a job done. And normally, I do not like their program. Maybe they'll surprise me this season and they'll have some good programs, but the judges don't care if their programs are good or not. As long as they get the technical done, the judges will give them the PCS. So it's quite possible they'll win here, but it's also also quite possible if Riku and Ryuichi are clean that they'll be in second place. And third place will probably be Maria Pavlova and Alexei Shrentikov. Again, they're so technically proficient. I feel like they have one of the best throws in the business. It's so gentle, like they hardly ever miss. So I feel like if they come with the technical firepower that they're capable of, even though their PCS scores will be behind their competitors, they're gonna do enough technically, I think, to be on this podium. Then I think probably Alyssa and Misha, if she can do half of the jumps. Then probably Ellie and Danny, probably because the throws and the jumps are not gonna go. And then rounding it out again with Anastasia and Luke. So that's how I probably see it happening in pairs. For men, I think this is pretty easy in terms of who's gonna be the winner, and it's both my pick and the judge's decision. If Ilya Melanin can stand on his feet, that's all he needs to do. Just stand on his feet. This is his title. He's walking away with it. For me, in second place, I would love to see Lucas Brassard. I'm very emotionally invested in this skater. He is a beautiful, lyrical, artistic, toe-pointed, back arch skater. And I would love to see all of that rewarded. So I'm putting him in second place. Also, this is Skate America. I could definitely see Skate America, the U.S. skating pushing because they desperately need something for their men program, which has been struggling for a very long time. So I could definitely see them doing the push for Lucas Brassard. I know this is not likely to happen, but let me have it, guys. In third place, I'm putting Kevin Amos. I saw the French Masters. I saw how he compete. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I really wish Kevin would take off this season and really work on, him just becoming better with himself. But since that's not gonna happen, I want to put it out into the universe for him to have two fabulous skates here and to be on the podium. Then following Kevin is, of course, Denis Vasiliev, because you guys know there's an aesthetic to skating that is appealing to me. And that is all this list is based on. The skating that is aesthetically pleasing to me. Following Denis Vasiliev, I'm putting Donovan Carrillo. Again, this is my wish list. Let me have it. I love Donovan. I feel like there are very few skaters who have the charisma that Donovan has on the ice. If he could land his jumps, I am willing to give Donovan all the PCS. Why? Because he's giving us face with a Latin flavor, and I'm here for it. Then following Donovan, I have Kyle Mura, followed by Kashiro Shimada. I want to put Kashiro on the podium. You guys know how much I love my inconsistent baby Kashiro Shimada, but and how many years? From juniors to seniors. I think it's been 6 years with Kashiro, and he has yet to give me two clean programs. So it is what it is. And then ending up with Nozumu Yoshikoya. That would be my pick. The judge's decision, I think it is going to be Ilya Melanin if he could stay on his feet. Then I think Kyle Mura is going to do enough jumps to probably secure second place. Then I think Nika Igatse, who wasn't even on my pick list because I don't like to put him out there in the universe. But I think the judges will give him enough points to give him a bronze medal because Iteri will be at this competition rubbing his knees in the kiss and cry. And I think that's going to be enough to get the job done. Then probably in fourth place will be Denis Vasiliev, followed by Nozomu Yoshioka. He had an internal Japanese event and he did fairly well. If he could repeat that here, I could definitely see him doing well. Then probably Lucas Brassard. He doesn't have the quads. He has a quad, but I don't know if he could deliver it. And I don't see the judges rewarding his beautiful skating. Followed by Kashiro Shimada, and then probably Donovan Carrillo. I think that's how the judges are going to play it for the men. Then for the dance, I think 1 and 2 is probably lock. It's basically lock. I think it's the rest of the standing, especially that third place, that's really up for grab. So again, all they have to do is stay on their feet here, and Madison Chalk and Evan Bates should win this. And despite the fact that I am not a huge fan of their free dance with the Raygon leg lift, I do think Lila Fair and Lewis Gibson should easily be able to win second place here. In third place, I want to put Katalina Moskova and Danielle Makskev because their skating skills are so beautiful. I feel like they have the best skating skills of their generation. And I love the way they use the touching the board to the judges. For me, that's one of the best touching the board ever. And then they also have one of the best use of a cartwheel in a program. For those two factors alone, I'm willing to give them the bronze medal here. And then in fourth place, I want to put Marie Jade Laurent and Romain Lagat. I know not everybody is a big fan of the Cowboy program, but I love how original this pair is. They always come with something unique. They always come with something inventive. They're so themselves that I would like to see that rewarded. Following them is Olivia Smart and Tim Dyke. I do like Olivia and Tim's rhythm dance. It's one of the rhythm dance that I actually do enjoy. The free dance, the dune, I do get the concept of it. I don't get the outfits. I think some of the movements are really cool, and I think the program needs time to grow. So I hope we get to see it much better here than we did at their first competition. Following them is Leah Nasset and Adam Makalev. I feel like this is one of the most well matched pairs coming up the rank so far. They have beautiful lines, they have beautiful movements, they're incredibly well connected with each other, and there is a lot of potential in this young pair, and I hope it gets nurtured. Following them would be Isabella Flores and Ivan Desatov. Their rhythm dance is really chaotic and kind of messy, but that same chaos works so well in their free dance. It's so passionate, it's so dramatic. Again, another pair that has so much potential, but that probably needs a little more refinement. Then I would put Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin, and I would end it with Elisa Fabry and Paul Ayer. I saw them competing. Their pair doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, that's it. They're not my cup of tea. That's what I think will happen. What the judge's decision will still be Madison and Evan in first, Lila Lewis in second, and I think this is where Iteri and Marie-France Dubry and I am are going to get the job done. I feel like Skate America is Marie-France Dubry's playground, and I feel like Ekaterina already had her dinners with her white envelope, and I think they're gonna get the job done here. And Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin are going to end up with the bronze medal here. This is where they're gonna start the push to get her on the European podium and eventually towards an Olympic medal. This is where I can see it happening because this Skate America has always been a playground for Marie-France Dubry. Combine that with the power of Iteri Tuberetsi, who's going to be sitting right in the audience looking at the judges that she already gave white envelopes to. I think the job can be done right here. All I ask is if you're going to shove Diana and her flat edge down my throat, to at least give them two fabulous programs. Because if you're going to give them the crappiness that I've seen coming out of IM, and then you're going to try to shove her down my throat, I'm going to regurgitate her right back. All of that, all of the smoke that I had for that first competition that I didn't get to release, I'm going to tell you now, Marie-France Dubry, I'm going to release it all upon your behind. So you better package the hell out of her. She better have two of the best programs this season if you're going to try to shove her down my throat. That's all I'm saying. And since this is going to be a Marie-France Dubry IM playground, in fourth place will probably be Olivia and Tim. followed by Marie-Jade and Romaine. Then Alicia Fabry and Paulayer, a pair that really does nothing for me. They're not my cup of tea. They're going to be in the top 6. And then my poor Ekaterina and Danielle will get pushed down to 7, followed by my poor Leah and Artev, and then Isabel and Ivan. That's how I think the judges will play it. I could be wrong, but that's what I think will happen. And then finally, we get to the women. I don't know, guys. I think this competition is pretty open. I think it will go to anyone who's clean. I think all of these women skaters have the competition to have the skate of their life, or they have the competition, they have the ability to not show up. But since this is my pick, I'm gonna pick Yuna Aki to win this. I love her skating. That is why I love her skating. She has got to be one of the best skaters coming up so far. Musicality, hand movement, head position, leg extension, knee bend. Oh, everything I love about skating, Yuna gives to me. And for that alone, I want to give her the Skate America title. In second place, I'm putting Wakaba Higuchi. I know the jumps are not there for Wakaba Higuchi, but it is Wakaba Higuchi, and I feel like figure skating owes her so much, and the least we could do is give her a silver medal at Skate America. Rounding up my podium, I'm going to put Elise Len Gracie. If Elise can continue to deliver the same kind of level that she did in her first 2 competition, she could easily be on the podium here. In fourth place, I'm putting Livia Kaiser. Why? Because I love the girthiness of her jumps. Oh my God, those jumps are delicious. Yes, that's it. There's no other reason, guys. I love the girthiness of her jumps, and you guys know how desperate I am to have girthy jumps back in figure skating. Following her would be Brady Tennell. Brady had a really strong showing at Shanghai Trophy. I feel like that was definitely a confident booster. She's going to come here. Brady is a steady Weddy. She's the kind of skater that puts in the work, and then you see the result of her work. I know she's been practicing diligently and hard to improve, and I think we'll see that here. Then I'm going to put Isabel Oviedo. Yes, I love so many things about Isabel Oviedo. That short program to Breakfast and Tiffany, mwah, 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 adore it. They made a beautiful decision. That program is beautifully constructed and she skates it lovely. Then why am I putting her so low? Because for me, other than her double axel, every other jump that Isabel does should automatically get a negative GOE. Why? Because they don't have good positions. They don't have speed in or out of it. They don't have ice coverage. They don't have height. All of the bulletin points that good jumps should have, Isabel's jump does not meet any of those bulletin. Therefore, if the judges were really judging, all of her jumps would get negative GOE and they would call her edges and they would call her under rotation. And that is why she's so low for me. Then I would have Nina Pizzaroni, another girthy jumper. Not consistent, but oh, those jumps are beautiful when she has them. Followed by Misha Menche-Kem, another fabulous jumper, another inconsistent skater. Then I'm going to put Rinka Watanabe. Rinka could be as high as 3rd or as low as 12. We just don't know what to get from Rinka. And then closing out would be Olga Nikotina. That's my pick. What I think the judges are going to do here, I think Skate America is not leaving, those judges are not leaving Skate America without an American woman being crowned the title winner of this event. And if I had to take a bet on all of the American women based on what I've seen so far, I would say first place here for the judges' decision would be Elise Len Gracie. Then in second place would be Yuna Akarki, followed by Isabel Levito. I think they're going to put Isabel Levito at least in 3rd place. Listen, she's a world medalist. U.S. is trying to maintain those 3 spots. They're trying to prop up the U.S. women. So I can definitely see her in 3rd place, if not even higher, depending on how the short and the free goes for Isabel. Then it would be Brady, because again, the U.S. is trying to get all of the U.S. ladies as high as they possibly can. Then I would say Livia Kaiser, depending on how much of her jumps she could deliver, probably followed by Wakaba Higuchi, then Renka Watanabe, then Nina Pezzaroni, then Menche Kem, Olga Nicotina, rounding out the top. That is how I see the events playing, both of what I would like to see as well as what I believe the judges are likely to do. These are my picks and my prediction, but you guys let me know in the comments. How do you think both Trophy Metropole and Skate America is going to play out? Let me know your picks in the comments.